Just to start, maybe your thoughts on the game?
I think we were very sharp the first 30 minutes with a couple of opportunities that we could have got something out of it. And then the game became stale. Not enough speed of play today. So, I mean, positive is you kept a clean sheet, and it was great to see Patrick bounce back and kept us in the game, because that was an incredible save that he had there. So, you know, normally those against us this year, you expect it to go in, and he made a wonderful save. So I'm very happy for him, and I'm very happy for the team kept a clean sheet. But I think we were not as sharp as we normally are.
We saw, Las Vegas adjust some of their personnel midway through the first half. We saw Real move back up into that sort of front two at times, or underneath Rodriguez, and Pearson move back at all. Did any of those changes from the opposition maybe play into why some of that tempo wasn't there after the water break, or whenever that
No,
happened?
I think it was more on us.
Okay.
I think we were very patient moving the ball, but I don't think we move it with speed. There was a couple of times we made it, and then we create something out of it, but I didn't think we create enough, given the quality that we have. But a little bit of a sharpness, I think, was a little bit missing also. But you look at the positive, no injuries, clean sheet. So when you look at that, that is positive for us. If you look at the whole overall season, but it's now you got to look into the game and go now against SAC.
Spoke there about the team, the attack, just missing a little bit of sharpness, and Pat was telling us how they were just missing that one pass and just clean up. Is that something that you guys kind of were trying to adjust? Not adjust, but was that just something that you kind of noticed, especially nearing the end of the game?
Well, again, you see, look, goals changes game, momentum changes game, right? For the last two games, we put 7, right? We scored 7 at home in these 2 last games, right? So if Hopes put that opportunity that he played a 1-2 with Remy, maybe that changes the outcome of the game. But sometimes also, if you're not sharp and you're not done enough, that's just the reality of it. And for me, it was a 0-0 game when you look at the overall picture of the game, right? We had the more possession and everything, but it was not that we created unbelievable opportunities where you go, yeah, you deserve to win. So, but because they could have still all the 3 points, let's be honest, if Pat didn't come strong for us there.
And then another thing was you guys were really short on players. Players like Okelo, Rivera, Arase, they were all out tonight. So knowing that going into the game, you're kind of telling the boys, hey, there's not going to be many players, coming off the bench tonight. How did that affect them, and how do you see it play out?
Well, the biggest thing for me I would love to see when ending of the season, when we review everything, to see how many times we actually played with the same lineup twice in a full season that we've had. But when you look at the other spectrum of it, it had created opportunities for everybody, and we've seen players play that normally may not have gotten minutes, which is a fantastic thing to have. But also you're going to see a group that have also faced adversity a lot, which is fantastic, because those adversities are your best learning moment, right? And such a humble and great group, we know what we're capable of, and right now it's touch and go. But again, I'm just looking forward to see those players back, because those are also important players, So, and I think that would have changed a little bit. We had players to come off the bench. We had Foreman come off the bench. We had Charlie come off the bench. We have Colin Ryan. But when you need to insert an extra today, that was the X factors were not there.
Pa, we didn't see Arase obviously tonight. I don't think you maybe mentioned him on Wednesday in midweek availability. Any update on sort of what he's dealing with, and also
nobody asked.
Well, here we go. I'll change that right now. So what is the status of?
No, the start of him is like, listen, we didn't want to take no risk, because he said he was dealing with a little bit of stiffness in his groin, and we know that those are areas that you have to be careful, especially for player with speed, fast twitch players. So for us was to make sure that we need him for the rest of the season, but also build him up, because again, he hasn't had a preseason, so he's coming in, on almost a empty tank, because we're 9 months in and he's coming in. So, but sometimes you gotta protect players, and that's why also we took out Rafa Chicos, because he also hadn't played the game, but he showed his quality off and on the ball. So and we had to make the change to make sure that he can be fit again for SAC.
Apologies, another fitness question. I'm sure you've
it's all right.
fielded too many of these this year. Any update on Flores coming off at halftime? He still hasn't finished a full 90 minutes.
No, he said that he felt good, because it was a weird accident, between him and the other player, and he said at halftime that he couldn't feel his leg, so there's no use playing a player who says he can't feel his leg. But we lost a little bit with him coming out, because I think he gave us a good understanding, him and Rafa, on and off the ball. So, but again, he will be fit and ready to go. So I'm not worried.
And then last one, no Koisho in the matchday squad, even with the shorthanded.
He was sick. Yeah, he came in yesterday throwing up, and today he felt that he was a little bit empty. So there's no use. It will not be no use for him, and it will be no use for us.
Spoke about Rafa there, and obviously he stepped up big in that center back position. But something that Pat mentioned is how he's already inserted himself as a leader alongside JP.
Yeah.
And how have you seen him take a step already in this short time at Rising?
Well, it was obvious from the day that we spoke, and obviously I was in MLS when he was in MLS, so you kind of see him from afar. But also we have people that I know people that was with him in Chicago, so you ask questions to get a feel of what type of guy that you're getting in, and everything that he's about I love, because he loves the game. He's passionate. He still have a lot to give to us, and also not only as a player but also as a mentor to Pap, to Esenge, but also being a leader to galvanize the group and moving in the right direction. So we're very happy with the shot that I've seen him, and I know there's a lot more to come when he's fully fit.
Now we're entering the final stretch of the season, only a handful of games left, and just entering, that the whole playoff season. What sort of things that you are bringing to the table now for the players heading after this week?
We just gotta keep doing what we're doing. There's no magic answer, no magic do. The worst things you can do is start thinking, all we gotta do is change them. We're doing the right things. Sometimes we have luck, sometimes we don't have luck, and that is part of football, and that is part of a process, that's part of the learning, because we know what the destination is, right? So when you start the process, you're gonna go through the journey, and the journey gonna take you on eventful turns, some uneventful turns, but that's part of the growth and learning that we need to do. So we don't change.
Pa, you sort of joked before we started that there wasn't a whole lot to see tonight, and there's a downside to that, and Pat came in and said, I'm more disappointed than pleased with the result, and I think that's understandable. But at the same time, when there's not a lot to see, that also means that defensively, there were some positives tonight.
No, absolutely. That's what I said. Like, it was good to see Pap get minutes again. It was good to see Rafa.
Yeah.
There was not a whole lot that we gave away defensive until that moment in second half, and that's where you need your goalkeeper, because given that what happened last week, and he saved us, but the group is disappointed because they know that we can be better, and sometimes it's the game of football. Right? It's not that they're not trying. For me, they gave me everything I could ask of them. Sometimes the ball just don't fall in or go in a different direction. So I think that was those type of games. But what I take away from positively is, again, you kept a clean sheet. You can build off that. No injuries. And sometimes disappointment is good because it fuels you to get better.
And sort of building on that, you've talked earlier this season, when you're picking lineups, you're looking at training and how what the effort is there, and looking at the tactical approach for that given game. How do you weigh also the in-game performances, right? And I'm specifically thinking about the center back pairing tonight, where Pop, we saw last season before you arrived, and you watched the tape, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Really effective, especially defending in transition. We saw that even tonight, 1v1 against Stojanovic at times.
Yeah.
How do you weigh? Okay, we see Pop and Rafa together for the first time from the start in a season where we've conceded a lot of goals. Is that a pairing that you want to see again? Obviously, still giving room for player impressing really in training and that changing your calculus?
No.
Like, does the game weigh more heavily on you in that way?
No, we look at the whole picture. You always have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at who fits together, how are we playing, and what is the dynamism that people have. Because if you look at our so far, because Pap been injured, out he's been out. He's unfortunate with the red cards. Then we had to miss and match. We had Braxton playing for a long time, which was great for us. He's now off to college. Then we find the centre back pairing in Essenge and Carl, which you look at the stats, you look at everything, has been by far the best centre back pairing that we have. And now we've gotten an experience in Rafa, and now also you have Essenge, you have Carl, and you have Pop. So they are positions to fight, and for me, nobody have a spot. This is about Phoenix Rising. We put our best 11-2 in a football game. So there's competition every single day. And then it's my job to pick the best team that I believe is going to win those games. So we look at everything. Training, games, body language, attitude, everything.
So you're talking about fit. What did you make of the fit tonight between your two center backs?
I think they performed well. I think that until Rafa went out, I think it was a great performance from both of them, especially for somebody who hasn't played super competitive game for 9 months. And Pap, as a captain, has been a leader, quiet, but he's grown into that leadership. Having played as much games that he wants, to came in when we have red card suspension and Carl going into the national team. So seeing them play together and how they played, I was very happy with what I saw. And then again, is to go in and see on the tape and see, all right, we play in SAC, what do we need to do?